G'day, howdy, welcome. Perfect time. It's just starting to rain, so it's all back together. I still got to bleed the brakes, but okay. Good night, motorcycle. I will fix you later, my love. All right. Oh, my dad's going to get soaked. He's gone with the four-wheeler. Well, at least I got the truck back together anyway. So now I just got to bleed the brakes, and once I'm done bleeding the brakes, I'll hold off on the back brake thing maybe this week until I know I got a day that I can just spend the whole day on it. There's my poor girl who's been abandoned again. Oh, you guys haven't met my second dog, eh? I got another dog. So that's Lacey. You know about Lacey, right? My princess, yeah. Is your liking, your highness, your royalty, your goodness? Pay the dog tax. There we go. Let me show you Macy. There's Macy. Here's your good girl. Very easy to take care of, very quiet, easy to feed. One of my dad's friends found it in the garbage. He brought it up. Hey, it looks just like your dog. Yeah, so just in time for all the knock all that off. That'll be good for the rain. Will be good for the garden, and it's gonna wash my truck. There we go. And then never ends. Eh? Still got the CRV all to do. 2 o'clock, not too bad. Oh. I wanted to get to the hall to do some uploading today. Maybe tomorrow afternoon, we'll see. Just got away the cookie crumbles. I still got to do a lesson. Hopefully it doesn't rain because I won't be able to go over there. I'm not going to carry my guitar in the rain, so and I don't have his number. I should have got his number. But anyway, good news. So there we go. So hopefully the brakes will be fine and dandy. As soon as I drive it, they'll be. I got to bleed the brakes, and then I got to kind of scrub in that one side, I guess you could say. I'm gonna go through my tires, see which tires are the best. I'm gonna use the other rims, get the tires changed on the other rim. I do have a tire changer here, but I don't have a balancer. But I can change the tires myself. I don't care if it takes me a week to do that. I'll use those tires for the last little bit, but they're done. So what I'll do is get the other tires on there. Then I got to take all those wheels off again. They're all torqued to 150. The idea is that if you're ever, like, people put like tire wheels on with the impact gun, and it over torques them, and then when you break down on the side of the road with a flat, you can't take them off. Like it's a guy like me, yeah, I can break a 150-pound bead, with a little bit of rust on the bolt. I did it today with the truck, no problem. So I guess my uncle torqued them properly, which is good. But like the other vehicles, like you fight with it for 3 or 4 days and or a week. Oh, we're starting to come down there now because people over torque them, and then but if you're ever on the side of the road, yeah, sure, it's convenient to put the bolt, the wheel nuts back on with the impact because it's fast, but you're defeating the purpose because your standard kit can't take above 150 pounds on the lug nuts. It'll bend the bar before it breaks the bead, right? And then you got to get towed, and that's like $500, right? So like probably around $500. It's like if you're just like outside your place, it's like just like down the street, it's like 150. But if it's anywhere of any distance, it's $500 to tow, right? I can't really get CAA and stuff like that in these places for a reasonable amount. So like I got to be able to work on the truck myself. I don't care if it's on the side of the road for 2 months. It's just if I break down in a place where I got to move it, it's $500, right? So you always got to factor in that. No, I can't quite get CAA and stuff like that in my area. Like again, I'm just on the edge of civilization, guys. Like you can get stuff like that, but it's like the cost is like, okay, well, it's not practical anyway. So sometimes it is. I know there's gonna be some, I got it, no problem. Up the street you'll get it. Over here you won't. It's like the internet. Like I can't get high-speed internet. Not even at the edge of the property people can get high-speed internet. So it's like I'm just at the edge of civilization. So it's just kind of the way the cookie crumbles. But the wheel brakes are checked out on both sides, replaced on one side, rotor brake, a caliper. The other side, at least I did the studs, put the grease on that silicone stuff on the studs, the slider plates, and clean the caliper, clean the rotor the best I could with the wire brush. Put some more oil spraying on the frame and stuff. So that's good. So at least that part's done. So this truck's going to be a work in progress. So it's one of those things that once you start maintaining it and then you can check off the list of stuff, after about a year, 2 years, everything's done. And then you got like a 0-time vehicle. You know what I mean? Like I got the stuff for the oil change, so that'll be the next on the list. But I'd rather do the wheels, the tires before the oil change. But problem is I want to put new tires on there at some point. But I got a whole bunch of tires there. Some are left over from my dad's F-150 that'll fit this, and they're better tread and everything. So I don't care if they're winter tires. I'd rather use good tires, especially if I'm going to be hauling stuff like that. I got to have good tires that are not old and dry rotted, and those tires are starting to crack. So it's like I really don't want to put, a ton of weight behind it and have one of those tires blow out on me. So there's stuff to do. Like, I mean, that's why the truck was $500. You know what I mean? Is it worth the $500? Well, it already paid for itself. Now it's got to pay for the brake job and the oil change. So it'll be my first oil change with this truck. I just never got around to it last year, so I'll do like 1, maybe 2 oil changes on this truck a year, depending on how much I work it. So, but yeah, so far that's my only vehicle that I could take on the road reliably. The CRV, I don't know. I'll have to figure out I got till August to figure out what I'm going to do with it. I can't leave it there. I got to get it out of there and maybe park it in the back or whatever. But I'll work on it and see what its deal is there. And hopefully maybe I can get it going again. But I can't rely on it anymore. So it's poor little CRV. But anyway, that's where I'm at. That's what I got going on. And the good news is that I got some work tomorrow. So I won't be taking the truck tomorrow because I won't be able to stop right now because the brakes ain't bled. That would be, it wouldn't even chance that. So the good news is that once I bleed the brakes, the truck is up and running again. Then I can work on the next project for the truck and take my time with it, That's why you want two vehicles. So when one's down, the other one can be worked on. Like if I had a garage to work on that all winter, I would have done everything on it all winter. It would have been great. But, you're not going to work outside when it's cold and wet and losing parts and all that. But I like the idea that I know what the wheels are torqued at. I know, like you get to see things, then you know what you're up against, right? It's not everything feels like a time bomb. It's like, okay, well, that's going to go at some point. You can start making a list of, okay, well, like brake lines on this eventually are going to go. Like they're pretty cruddy. So, start saving up for that if you want to keep the truck. But then there's also, okay, oh, well, that part's going to go. That part's going to be $2,000. Okay, well, when that goes, the truck's, that's the write-off. That's the end of the truck. Then you sell the truck for parts. I'm going to make $1,500 just on parts for that truck, selling the truck as a parts truck. As a running parts truck, I might get $2,000 for it, just the way it is. You know what I mean? You'd say, oh, you're not going to get $2,000 for that. Price trucks in my area, trust me, that truck, my uncle I got nephew's discount on that one. I got $500. He was going to sell it for $800 to somebody else just to get it out of the yard because he bought a new truck, right? But if he held out, like if I post that for $1,500, it's gone tonight just for parts. Even, somebody might just buy it as a farm truck. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, running and it's plated in Quebec and it's on the road, that thing will be gone like that. If I asked $2,500, probably within a couple of weeks, it would be gone for $2,500. $3,000, I wouldn't get $3,000 for it. Well, I don't know. It's hard to say. I really held out, but it'd take like 6 months. But $2,500 and under, yeah, that truck's with the what it's got on it. As soon as people hear it starting up and the exhaust is good, the windshield's good, everything works on it. Like if you held out and if I fixed the body work, then that truck's $5,000 to $7,000. Yeah, I'm not kidding you. I've seen trucks for $8,000 that are in worse condition than that. That F-150 or 250, whatever it was, I was looking at the dealership was $2,200, and that thing was no near the condition of this. It's rusty, yeah. It needs work, yes, but it needs more maintenance than it needs work. So that's good. So yeah, there we go. So I'll get the back brakes done when I get those done and just keep, plugging away at it. Nice thing about that truck is you can crawl underneath it. It's high enough that you can crawl underneath it. You don't have to jack it up all the time. So you can go in there, like for an hour, or spend an hour with a wire brush under there, throw some undercoating under it. Do that every other week. And like I say, in 2 years, once I get the body stuff done, it's a new truck again. Like if I were looking at it from an investment point of view, and then I'll just wrap the video up here. If I wanted to get a vehicle to restore and thinking like 30 years ahead, that vehicle is running right now. It has all the original parts on it, except for, you know, like the consumables, right? If I get the box done on it and the rockers replaced, that truck would be worth 30, 40 grand, 50 grand in the next, you know, in 30 years. So, you know, because it'd be 100% original, right? And then just do all the cosmetic stuff. That's all I got to really do with it is cosmetic. Like I got a good deal, guys. And just mind you, the transmission goes. There's 280,000 on it, so there is some time bombs of just the mileage. But anyway, I'll leave it at that. There we go. Have a great day, eh?